Hi friends, good morning. Today we would go to a new feedback like we finished yesterday. So this time I would like to go to this feedback which says add visualization for current versus goals. I would like to break it into two steps. One would be what is mentioned in the message, and that is add visualization to current versus goals. And number two would be utilize that goals or use those goals in your in the chat gpt suggestions. So one would be when we go to the goals page, we are already fetching in the goals that we updated last time from the database. We have a goals table within the database and we are picking that one up. So I would like to see the a visualization here where we would be able to uh, see the current goal versus the goals that or the current finances that we have, okay, for those goals within the database. So let's see. This is step number one. I think this video, if we include both the steps, this video will be too big. So let's look into step number one, getting a visualization on this page. For to get the visualization on this page, first we need to go to the page. So I would go, I don't see the page here, so let me go to the goals page. This is going to be the goals, set goals. So in app.tsx, this should go into goals. Now goal settings. Now goal settings, um, it is not a page, goal settings, but I think it should be into a component. It should be a component on the top. So that component is the goal settings.tsx. Yeah. So this is our goals and we have the goal settings. And in this point, what I would do is I would try to I would like to use the Copilot in this case, and I would say to the Copilot, um, update page to include progress bar, for each goal. Where do we want it? So we would want it below the save goals button, below the save goals button. Include a progress bar, um, uh, saved goals saved in db for user versus current latest finance data for corresponding goal from db for user for each goal. Okay, so I have mentioned this one, update page to include progress bar, and in the brackets goals saved in db for user versus latest finance data for corresponding goal from db for user, for each goal below the save goals button. Yeah, so below the save goals, and then I'll remove the there. So let's see what Copilot can think about in this case. So Copilot has made certain changes. um, yeah. So Copilot has add goal fields, emergency, retirement, and health as the fields. And then there is a progress bar that they have put in, and within that progress bar it is going to query Supabase, and for the user ID it's going to get the goal, and then load progress. For that it is going to go to Supabase again, and from finance it is going to, or from the table submissions table I think so, it should be getting those select for the user ID limit 1, and this should be latest. So and then it's going to go and get progress percent, and then it is going to do a math percentage. And I may not be 100% agreeing on the changes in this case. There are certain things, but I think I would give it a chance to test this and see how it is going on. So let's let's go and accept this one. So now we have those fields, we accept the update, and then we accept the progress percent, and then we accept the changes in the dB, and I think those are all the changes. And before we go I would like to, so I'll minimize this, and before we go I would like to get the terminal visible for us. We do not see any error, so let's commit this initial goal progress bar, and then we sync and commit. Now what we can do is, after committing we are going to see the deployment. It should auto deploy. Let me refresh. Yeah, it's building, so within 24 minutes it should come. 24 seconds, sorry. Okay, I think 24 seconds is passed, so yeah, it's ready at 26 seconds. So let's go back to the and refresh. Okay, on refresh I'm seeing the goals. I see a goals progress. It's done a better job. It's loaded those goals: emergency $20,000, retirement 3 million, and health $300,000. And I think at the current moment there are a couple of things we need to look into. Number one, first we need to change this to dollar amounts, and then we need to load, instead of loading zeros, because in my finance history I have test data. So let me just load this one. I'm seeing zeros in the goals right now, so that's something that I would want the latest data. So let me see what we can do about it. Here we have the, let's see. This is error loading finance progress. We have the progress bar at one point, and it would be a number, type number. So goal fields dot map, and then we would have a number. Now I would say, I would ask Copilot, and I would tell to Copilot that, let's see, in the goals, we would go to the goals. Progress bar value should be, progress bar values should be in dollars. And so So he has made this change. I may not accept this because it's a drastic removal of most of the data. So I'll close this one. And then we come, what we learn from this is goal. Okay, we have the field goal. So we can look at this emergency colon 0 out of 200. So here we have, so we have a strong slice progress field, and then we would have a or 0, or we would have a percent, or we will have a dollar sign out of field and then dollar sign. That's what we see in the progress bar. So let's try this one out. And let's see. So we just added dollar signs. It's a trial and error. Let's see if that works for us or not. We'll look at the deployment. 16 seconds. We'll wait for 26 seconds. Okay, now we can refresh. And yeah, we can see dollar signs now next to the values. Okay, now I would want the space, or actually I would want the dollar sign before. So let me make that change quickly, but I don't need to do the whole deployment process for this. For now, I would want the dollar sign in the front, and then I also want to get the value from the latest. So the finance data, right? This is progress field. So where are we getting this progress value? We are getting this progress value from progress field. We are getting this value from the database. There would be a call, there would be load progress. Yeah, I think this is the load progress function that we need. And then here, instead of finance, I would want to get the data from our database. So let's go to the database and let's go to submissions, and then I would call the submissions. So let's go to the code, and here instead of finance table, I need to call submissions table, and then within that there is emergency, retirement and health. Emergency, retirement and health. Okay, I think those columns are there. And then I would also get the user ID limit 1, and then yeah, I would want to order it by latest. So let me use ChatGPT quickly and just tell him Copilot actually, and then say get the latest row. So yeah, ChatGPT added this correctly, and sorry, not ChatGPT, Copilot added this correctly and said order by created at, and descending is equal to false. That means ascending is equal to false. That means it's descending order. Okay, so I think these changes look good. We have the submissions table queried. We got the latest value. Now we are filling it up, and we are adding the dollar formatting over there. So let's commit this one. Query submissions and prefix dollar. symbol. Okay, so we have added that and we commit and sync. Now we'll wait for the deployment to happen. Right now I feel at one point that we have a lot of features. We are going to continue working on more features, but then at one point we might even think about creating a paid version of the application. We are definitely giving all the basic and important features in the free tier for everybody to use, and then if you want more information and more insights, then I feel that having a paid version would give you more information. So okay, I'm seeing values, I'm seeing emergency values and then retirement values and health values. So what I'll do is, for testing purposes, let me go to the history and let me remove this and remove the basic values. So right now my income has some big values within it. So let me go to the goals, set goals, and you can see the emergency. Yeah, okay, I can see a good progress bar on the screen because of that. That is good. That is what we wanted for this feature. We'll in the next video I would cut the video here, and in the next video we will think about implementing those goals and the goal progress within the GPT suggestion that we are getting over here, so that it would also consider, when it's giving advice, it will also consider the current goals that we have set for ourselves or the user has set for himself, herself within the application. So for now I'll stop the video and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, take care.